In this video, we will be replacing the rack and pinion drive belt. These instructions can be used for any 2014 to 2015 Chevy Camaro. This kit will contain one belt, 2 O-rings, 2 boot clamps, and the gasket for the belt housing. The tools required will be a 1 7/16 inch wrench, a torque wrench, an 8mm and 10mm socket, a pair of channel lock pliers, a paint pen, and a pocket screwdriver. To start the repair, the rack must first be removed from the vehicle. This service can be performed while the outer tie rod ends are still attached to the rack and pinion. The first step is making an alignment mark on your input shaft. The alignment mark will go all the way down from the input shaft to the rack and pinion housing. Marking the housing will guarantee that your alignment marks have a reference point as the boot over the input shaft may move. Remove the outer and inner boot clamps and slide the inner tie rod boot out of the way. Next, break the inner tie rod end loose using the 1 7/16 inch wrench. Remove the inner tie rod end completely and set aside. Remove the 3 10mm bolts that hold the motor to the belt housing. There is a 4th bolt that will be loosened later. Remove the 2 8mm bolts that hold the belt housing to the rack housing. Separate the belt housing from the rack. Note the tension of the belt. Make alignment marks that record the location of the belt pulley to the rack housing. The pulley should be back in this position prior to placing the belt cover back on. Loosen the 4th 10mm bolt and turn the motor assembly to relieve tension on the belt, and tilt the motor assembly enough to allow the belt to slide off. Now, fully remove the 4th 10mm bolt. Remove the motor assembly and then remove the motor O-ring. Install the new O-ring included in the kit and lubricate the motor face and O-ring using dielectric grease for easy installation and to help avoid water intrusion. Reinstall the motor assembly to the rack housing and loosely install the last 10mm bolt previously removed to hold it in place. Install the new belt over the pulley and motor. Turn the motor to tighten the belt. Tighten the loosely installed bolt to 10 foot-pounds. Verify your alignment marks on the pulley are still aligned. Remove the old gasket from the belt housing and install the new gasket from the kit. Using dielectric grease, lubricate the belt housing cover for easy installation and to help avoid water intrusion into the belt housing. Remove the outer tie rod end O-ring. Clean the surface and install the new O-ring from the kit. Replace the belt housing cover and insert the 3 10mm and 2 8mm bolts and tighten to 10 foot-pounds. Install the inner tie rod and tighten it to 66 foot-pounds. Install the inner tie rod boot using the new inner and outer boot clamps included in the kit. Verify input shaft alignment timing marks are back in the original position. If the alignment marks are slightly off, it's not a major issue, but you may need to perform an alignment. The rack and pinion is now ready to be reinstalled in the vehicle.